For my presentation, I will be giving you the understanding of hard-boiled mysteries. And to do that, I will use the book Devil in a Blue Dress for my presentation. So, without further ado, let's get into the presentation. Now, my thesis is hard-boiled mysteries are usually filled with not only the mystery to solve, but hardcore violence as well. And usually with the hardcore violence, this could lead to either death by a blunt force object such as a bat, pipe, etc., or with a weapon, like a sharp weapon like a machete or a knife, and sometimes a gun or something explosive. But in truth, that's what kind of makes the genre exciting to read or watch if you're watching a film, because along with the mystery, you get to see some violence being doled out, and usually, depending on the time period that this is, noir, for example, that was usually a time period with gritty violence and everything in between. So I think that this genre would be perfect for people that likes both mysteries and violence just clash in one. Now, there are some key things that are usually in the this genre, such as violence or violence, the mystery part, and sometimes the twist. But before we get to that, some background information about this book is this book was published on June 17th, 1990. The author is named Walter Mosley, and the number of pages that this book had was 219. So, without further ado, we will get into one of the three parts that is contained within a hard-boiled mystery. The first one is violence. Now, usually, violence comes in different flavors, such as, like I said before, either with a blunt object, or a gun, or being held at knife point. And within this story, there's no difference. For example, with this scene, we see that Mouse and Easy have this man to the left held at gunpoint because of either he tried to hurt one of them because they were getting close to the mystery, or they were solving one part of the mystery, or he was just in the way and they need to get rid of him. Now, usually within this genre, you will see things like this, such as standoffs or someone being held at gunpoint, because all in all, the characters they're most likely trying to survive, and they just want to get through. And usually, sometimes the side character they also want to do the same, but they usually die. But within the genre, you usually see that a lot. And the next part that covers this is the mystery. Now, in addition to the violence, you also have the mystery part, and sometimes they're good mysteries, and sometimes they're bad mysteries. But within this book, the mystery was actually quite good. For example, the female character named Daphne Monette, she was she disappeared within the beginning of the book, and a man named DeWitt Albright hired Easy to find Daphne, who was missing at the time. Now, as the story continues on, we find that Daphne was involved with a gangster named Frank Green, and with that, we saw one part of the mystery, and we just need to solve the other part. But the point that I'm trying to get at with this is usually the mysteries will have you go from point A to point B, and unless you keep paying attention to the story, sometimes you'll catch up with the mystery and you'll be able to solve it, and other times you won't be able to be, and that's okay, because mysteries they also have twists within the story, which is the next the next topic. Now twists in mysteries, they can start before they start, like even before the mystery even starts, even before the case starts. There's always a twist to it. For example, so Easy has been so Easy within the film, he was arrested, and when he got there, the homicide detectives, they revealed that his wife has been murdered, and that's and that left Easy really sad and really angry, because he wanted to figure out who it is. And usually with twists in the story, you'll never know when they'll come or when the twist will stop, because sometimes more than one thing will happen, and it'll be surprising even to you as the reader. So in conclusion, hard-boiled mysteries can be fun. It can be a fun genre to read or to watch, if you're watching a film, of course, as long as you're fine with the violence that's with it. And while the mysteries can sometimes start out slow, they get really exciting with the twists inside the mysteries and the cases. So at the same time, with the drastic and graphic violence inside, don't ever don't give it a look over, because they can be very, very enjoyable, and as long as you give it a chance, you will be begging to watch more, or read this type of genres. And believe me, I'm the type of person who actually done that. So just give it a chance when you can. And that's my presentation. I hope you liked it. And yeah.